been a while since I do a live video, and I discovered a new chocolate chip recipe that I want to try out. And to keep in the spirit of sourdough, this is a sourdough discard recipe. It has two sticks of butter with brown sugars, regular granulated sugar, vanilla, egg yolks, AP flour, and both dark chocolate and milk chocolate in the ingredients. Also, all the ingredients I use are organic. Ever since I started reading the label, and I got this cool app on my phone that will scan the barcode, anything that I want to purchase in the store, and it'll give me a rating from 0 to 100, and you'll be surprised how many products that rated well below 30. So I have been very diligent with scanning the barcode and just only buying this one that is labeled at least a good rating. So the instruction had me using 70 grams of the to make a ball for each cookie, but 70 grams when I did first roll out, it would have been a huge cookie. And if you haven't serving a cookie as one of the item at a party, I'm sure there'll be other items, sweet item, and I figure I'll make it smaller, and so that everyone can have multiple sweets without feeling the guilt of eating too much. So I reduce it down to 40 grams, and they still make a nice size cookie. I believe it'll be a nice size cookie once it's done. I do have a tray in the oven, so we're gonna get to see the finished result here in about 8 minutes. And in the meantime, I'm gonna make the next sheet get ready to go in. And as I mentioned, oh yeah, by the way, the dough sat in the fridge for almost 24 hours to set. So the dough is not soft, and it's make it easier to handle when I go to roll the dough into a ball. And like I said, it's how many grams? Oh, I made a 50 gram. I think I made a 50 gram, didn't I? Let me see how big the cookie is right now, and I can determine. Oh, it's a pretty nice size. So you know what? I'm going to lower it down to 45 grams and see. Okay, that's 44. You know what? I'm gonna keep it 50 grams. I'm sorry, and keep it uniform. I'm pretty certain that the first batch I made it 50 grams. Yeah, it's 50 grams, and it's still a pretty nice size cookie. And I'll taste test it when it come out of the ovens, and I'll let you know whether it's a go or not. This ingredient is pretty, everything that I put in here is a little bit salty in pricing, because as I mentioned, I use everything, even the all-purpose flour is organic flour, and even the eggs I get from the farm that is a best friend of my daughter from high school. She lives up a little bit north of here in Liverpool area, and she has her own chicken pets that I get eggs from her, either her or her mom who live nearby, and they raise the chicken that are pretty organic, feeding, and are cage free. They are on torture, so the eggs are pretty healthy, I believe. It's not the one that you get in the store where you don't know what those chicken been fed with, probably steroid to get the eggs to be nice size and all. Well, at least I know the eggs I get, I know where they come from, and I trust the source. So as I mentioned, even the vanilla extract is also organic. Everything I put into this cookie dough are pretty are of healthy sources. And I mean, just like everything else, everything that you eat is in moderation should be okay for you to intake. Since the dough been in the fridge, it's pretty a little difficult to get them out here. That's 38. The cookies, since they're nice, it's the same weight. All the cookies should be uniform in sizes, and I'll make it a nice aesthetic presentation on the cookie tray for a party. I'm trying to decide how much I should charge for a batch. I have to tally up all the how much the ingredients go into this batch, and then charge a fair price for it. Okay. Another 4 minutes and we'll be able to see the cookie coming out, the first tray coming out of the oven. I think my little people would like to be here to help me make the cookie, since it involves playing with the dough, and they can pretend it's Play-Doh, but it'll be edible. Okay. Chocolate starting to stain my hand. And also the ingredients at 75 gram dough ball is supposed to yield 24 cookies. I figure since I lower it down to 50, should I get about 30 to 36 cookies perhaps? 39. I haven't been making anything new lately, so that's why I haven't been doing any live video. And YouTube, I know I was asking for enough subscribers to go live on YouTube, but the setting on YouTube to go live is so, I find it a bit user unfriendly, so I think I'd rather keep doing it on Facebook and then just post the video on YouTube. Because I did have someone comment on the YouTube to keep posting video. So I will do that. This recipe calls for 150 grams of the discard. I think if y'all remember from my previous video, I mentioned what the discard is, even though the name is sound very unattractive, sound like something that belongs in the trash. It's not. It's the extra of the sourdough starter that when I feed the extra from the original jar, you either toss it or you save it to make other items besides bread. Because with bread you need active starter for it to rise. It acts as a leaven. Levain is L-E-V-I-A-N. It's pretty much an active yeast, live culture, and that's the rising agent. Okay, 8, and I have 9 in the oven. Make it 17. And I may get about 34 cookies. It's supposed to bake it for 17 minutes, but I made it 15 because I know my oven. It get hot pretty good and it's cooked faster. So if I do 17, it might be too brown, a little bit overdone. So once you get acquainted and get used to how your appliance works, you know all the ins and outs of what you need to do to tweak the instruction to for it to work out well. Oh, there it is. Let me get that out. Let me take a peek at it. Ooh. Even at 50 gram, you can see it's still huge and it's pretty nicely browned. So I'm gonna lower it down to 14 minutes. See how that do. So now we know 15 minutes a little too long. That's too brown for my liking. Let me look at the ingredient and the instruction again. I'm still here. Just looking at my iPad for instruction. Be right back. 16 minutes. So the instruction was 16 minutes, and I put it in for 14. So we lowered down to 13, and see how it's not too dark. It's a nice golden brown, almost like a caramel color. We'll go 13 and see how light or how, if it's too light, then I'll leave it at 14. They are also touching, so I gotta space it out a little bit more. To have room to spread. Even to me, those cookies are a little bit too big in size. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back and make it 40, as I originally was when I started rolling the second batch, second tray. That's what I was going to do. So let's make it 40, shall we? Like I said, that cookie is a little bit too big for a party. Looks pretty nicely uniform. So this is the batch that is it's an what do you call that? A trial and error batch. I'll be okay that they're not all the same size. So that's 43. Back 40. There we go. 42. Yeah. I also have had a request for English muffin for Saturday morning, so I have the dough sitting and it's waiting for me to do a stretch and fold process here. We would get 36 cookie out of this batch. It's not dough is starting to soften a little bit, so it's easier to get it out now. Everybody's at work, so I have no audience right now. This batch is going in, and as I mentioned, it's going to go in for 15 minutes. I'm going to wash my hands so I can do the stretch and fold on my muffin. Go for the English muffin. This is our second stretch and fold process. Got to keep my hands wet. To make it easy to work on the dough. This is a stretch and fold. You just stretch the dough up, fold it over the top, and you do it 4 times around to make it one set, and do a 4 set for each time you do this every half an hour. 3. You do this to make the dough stronger and help hold it together and make it rise nicer. 2 sets. 2, 3. That's 3. Reset. 2, 3. Okay, that's 4 sets. I'm going to cover it back up and let it rest for another 30 minutes and do another set. Do another round of stretch and fold. Taste test the cookie. It's nice and soft. Excellent. And I think the process of browning the butter, with the butter, I put on the stove top to melt it, and then it starts to form. And then once a medium heat, the forming will subside eventually. And then once you start seeing the brown specks at the bottom of the pan, that's the browning. And once you see that happen, you just remove it from heat and let it sit for about half an hour. So browning the butter, I start to the aroma of the browning of the butter. I can really tell when I was mixing the cookie dough together. So browning the butter is one of the secret to this batch tasting so good. So there you have it. That's the sourdough cookie, chocolate chip cookie recipe. But I think it may be my go-to ingredients from now on. Even though it's a little bit expensive to make, the yumminess of it makes it worth it. So I hope you enjoyed my video today, and I thank you for watching it. And as always, thanks for indulging in my what do you call that, my hobbies. Bye.